It's sort of funny that we have this idea of this category of archive, you know, because all it is stuff that someone's shot that's a little bit older than the stuff you'd shoot for a film yourself. You know, there's something kind of odd in a way about the whole way we think about, especially now in the age of sort of people shooting. You know, at what point will iPhone footage become archive? Is some of it archive already? I don't know. There's something odd about that category. Why is it so difficult? I think it's difficult because what's happened is that, you know, there is a lot, you know, it's kind of capitalism, isn't it? It's like, it's, you know, what happens is that there is a business model within an archive, and, you know, that's a good thing because that enables archives to do stuff. But what's happened is that archives have become more and more monopolized, I think. So archives like Getty or AP now own, you know, have bought up huge swathes of the world's archives. And in terms of the financial return on that archive, really the money is in the simple web-based archive interaction. You know, you go online, you buy a clip, you download a preview for free maybe, you then go back, you download the full res version, which is maybe like if you're lucky, an HD transfer of it, and you pay by PayPal, and that's the end of the transaction. And you sign an online license. You know, that's the sort of, I guess, the ideal model for an archive house. But obviously, it's not the ideal model for making films which explore archive historically, or which do things which I guess are much less commercial. You know, which are about really understanding what's there and how they tell a story. You know, often we're now in a situation where it's very much also a sort of clip culture. You know, that all of that material is clipped online. So for example, there was times when we were using some footage, and you know, we'd gone to certain clips, and then when we'd managed to persuade them to give us the reel, to scan it, and we were going to create an HD scan which we would give back to the archive, you know, so there's a big benefit for them, and that was very hard to persuade them to allow us to do that. But on that reel, for us, was fantastic material, you know, which unfortunately we only got to after we'd picture locked, because that was when we had the source reel, you know, and for them, it's really what's up on the clip that is where the money is, you know, what's up online. So I don't know. I think it was, but at the same time, archive has there's a bunch of incredibly dedicated people in archive, and when you know, if you find the person in the archive house who really, really cares about that material, then it's a totally different story, and you can go beneath the database and beneath the clip and the online screener. I mean, another issue is the way some of that online material is tagged, you know, because once it's split into clips. So we would see things like, we were desperate for images of Bob Hunter at a certain phase of his life. There was not much material, and we were looking, you know, and if you could search Bob Hunter, you find a certain amount of stuff, but not that much. But then we would find clips which said, you know, hippie painting a flag, and we would look, and it was Bob Hunter. So there's no way you'd find that except by kind of luck, because clip culture sort of detaches all this material from its chronological context, you know. I'd far rather there was just a 20-minute reel, you know, this was shot on this day. That would be a fantastic resource, because we would know Bob Hunter was around on that day, maybe, you know. But I think that's why it's become difficult, is because the commercial model of running an archive requires it to be quite superficial in the way it explores that archive. Okay.
No more questions.